Hello dear students and welcome back. Today we are going to deal with biodiversity hotspots. First of all, proponent of the term biodiversity hotspots. It was Norman Mayers in 1988 who for the first time coined the term biodiversity hotspot, and he himself identified some 18 geographical regions for conservation priorities. Actually, the main aim of creating biodiversity hotspots was to identify the biodiversity rich regions which are facing threat in the form of deforestation, overhunting, etc. So that we can prioritize these biogeographical regions for conservation programs. Okay, I will make you understand this way. Say we are having three regions A, B, and C, and all these three regions are rich in biodiversity, but the region A is receiving immense threat in the form of deforestation from humans. Okay, at that time we have to prioritize this area for the conservation programs, okay, because we do not have enough funds to conserve all the three regions. Okay, so you can understand what is the main intention behind creating biodiversity hotspots. We know that the species are not uniformly distributed on the surface of Earth. There are some regions which are more rich in species, okay, and the species diversity shows some unique patterns of distribution. Okay, and I will tell you about one of those patterns which is known as latitudinal species diversity gradient, which says that as we move from tropicus through temperate, okay, this is the tropical region, this is the temperate region, and this is the polar region. As we move from tropicus through temperates towards the poles, the species diversity goes on decreasing progressively. So naturally you have some areas which are rich in biodiversity and some areas which are not that much rich in biodiversity, and the areas which are rich in biodiversity, they are known as megadiversity zones or biodiversity hotspots. But you cannot arbitrarily say that this region has a large biodiversity and it should be named as a biodiversity hotspot. There are some criteria which a region should fulfill before it can be called a biodiversity hotspot, and these criteria are: the first one is the area should support more than 1500 species of endemic vascular plants. If you are having an area, okay, and that area contains more than 1500 species of endemic vascular plants are those plants which possess xylem and phloem, okay, and these species, they are endemic to that region. That means they are not found anywhere else except that region. Okay, this is the first criteria. That means your area has qualified for the first criteria, and the second criteria it must qualify for is it must have lost 70% of its original vegetation, or you can say alternately it must have only 30% of its original vegetation. So you can say that if an area is there which supports a large number of species, okay, and at the same time it is receiving immense threat in the form of deforestation, overhunting, pollution, etc., this region should be named as a biodiversity hotspot, so that in future we can prioritize this area for different conservation programs. Okay, previously we had some biodiversity hotspots worldwide. Now their number has surged to 35 because 10 more biodiversity hotspots got added to the list. Okay, and interestingly, these biodiversity hotspots, despite covering only 2.3% of the Earth's surface, they hold 50% vascular plant species and 42% of terrestrial vertebrates. Okay, in spite of the fact that they cover only 2.3% of the Earth's surface, they hold a large number of species of vascular plants and vertebrates. Okay, and our country, India, it accounts for only 2.4% of the land area of the world, but because of the presence of some 4 biodiversity hotspots on it, it contributes approximately 8% species to the global biodiversity. Okay, Here you can see the 4 biodiversity hotspots which are located in our country. These are Western Ghats. Here you can see the green patch. Okay. Then we have Eastern Himalayas here. Then we have the Indo-Burma region, and one more is Sunda land, which falls in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and it was declared World Biosphere Reserve in 2013. That means recently it got added to the list of biodiversity hotspots. Okay. This is all for today, and I hope you all understand this. God bless you and thank you all.